Johnny, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. What I want to talk about a little bit is the clarity as the days grow nearer, and as we get close to that line that we all knew that we're going to get closer to. My life is becoming crystal clear. Happiness, quality of life, bliss. The only word that comes to my mind is bliss. So real quick, now there's some of you out there, some people are going to roll their eyes. Other people, I hope you're not offended, and I hope you realize that from where I'm coming from a place of love and respect and fairness. We try not to do too heavy of religious or God, because religion or spirituality, like patriotism, is an intimate, private matter between me and my Creator, like me and my country. I don't need to stand up on a soapbox and wave a flag to tell everybody how proud of an American I am, and I don't have to stand up on a soapbox and wave the Bible and tell everybody what a great Christian I am, because I'm not a good Christian. We all know God's woman, and she has a sense of humor like none other. But here's my point. I've got to cut to the point and to the chase quick. About 2.5, 3 years ago, I started having these feelings. They weren't voices. Through my prayer, and I'm one of those people that when I pray, I'll pray walking down the street. I'll pray laying on the couch. I'll pray, and I get on my hands and knees and pray, you bet. And my prayer has always been, Lord, put me where you need me. Put me where you want me. About 2.5, 3 years ago, I started having these feelings that were I couldn't decipher them or interpret them. They were almost like cravings, like a craving for Haagen-Dazs chocolate, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, or more salt on your food, or a craving for a hamburger. They're crazy. And what it was, and now that the clarity, back to my opening statement, the clarity of my life has become, in the last 2-3 months, crystal clear as air, that those feelings, those cravings, those not voices, they weren't voices. They were just how I felt, that God came to me and said, Aspra, I've got a job for you. I've got a job that I need you to do. And that job has been, I need you to be the fat face of the company and talk and spread the gospel of ALS to your immediate community, the community in Santa Barbara, the community of your friends, and anybody that you touch and come in contact. Now, remember last week, a couple weeks ago, we talked about anytime I walk into a room, everybody's got to have eye contact with me or a handshake with me. And that's the way remember, we talked about that.
Absolutely.
Nobody gets out of the room alive without saying hello to Johnny Aspra. Well, that confidence ties hand in hand. There's a reason for it. And the Lord came to me and said, I need you to tell people not only the insidiousness and the horrificness of ALS, but also the wonderful. Because here, when I say wonderful, what do you mean wonderful? There's nothing wonderful about ALS. There's nothing wonderful about ALS. But here comes the punchline. In return, the universe, God, has given me the happiest 2 years of my life. I can't explain it. Bliss. I don't worry about things. And yeah, I have my moments. I still I'll be sitting in the back of the cab and I'll still have road rage.
No.
I'll still be sitting somewhere and cuss some knucklehead. Hey, it's not a perfect world. But in return for me doing something as small and as humble as telling people what is ALS, what is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease, where does it come from, what are the cures? There are no cures. People all the time, I love it when people go, oh, Johnny, I heard you were hurt. I heard you weren't doing well. I said, yeah, I got a little owie. Got to be kind of like in a passing, And somebody invariably say, I hurt my shoulder playing high school tennis. I said, well, it's a little more than that. It's a little more than that, and that'll give me an opening, or whatever the case may be. So, Aspra, real quick, the long-winded point of it is, I was given a job, and I take this very, very seriously. I'm not making this up. Anybody that knows me, I'm not making it up. Aspra, you got a job to do. You've got the job. You're the fat face of the company, and I need you to tell as many people as you can, not worldwide. You don't have to be a movie star. You don't have to go on television, even though we're on Facebook, social media. YouTube, yeah, I guess. But in return for that, what I want to talk about, my point is that the wonderful gift of bliss. Now, a lot of that I can point to, like, for instance, one tiny little snippet is my family. My family takes care of my rent. Well, you think to yourself, like, hey, do you know what? If all of us out there, if we could wake up in the morning and go, shit, I don't have to worry about my rent. I still have to go to work. I still got to spread the gospel of ALS. But the heartache and the heartburn and like, God, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? That's the Lord took that off my table. So, Aspra, you won't have to worry about anything. All you got to do is do what you do best. Talk. What a country. What a country. Aspra, all you got to do is travel. And in return, I want you to show people how to pass to the next dimension, or pass. Some people call it want to go to heaven, or some people, I'm going to show people how to die with blissfulness and how to die happy with nothing left on the table, with quality of life, with dignity. All the while telling people that, hey, listen, I was given one of the greatest gifts that I could ever imagine. The Lord picked me. Why? I don't know why. I'm glad He did. I thank you. I'll never be able to thank the Lord enough. Can you imagine living the last 2 years of your life as happy as a man can possibly be? And that's all I have to say.
Johnny, the question that comes to mind, I just wanted to tag on to it, is having that clarity, what has it meant to you?
Well, it allowed me to concentrate on other things that were more important. It got rid of the self-loathing. I wasn't hung up on, now there was a first time before that I met the people, before all the dots got connected, like the hospice and my caregivers and all my friends that rallied around me, the GoFund account, people out there gave hard-earned money. Some people $10, $25, some people $100. Heck, there's a couple folks out there that gave $1,000, $5,000. So what the question, what did you get from the clarity of my journey and of my job, my task that God gave me personally? Not just, hey, what about this? Aspra, get your ass over here and look me square in the eye. I got something for you to do, and you need to do it. And you need to do it with bells on your toes and a whistle in your nose. as we like to say in Cowboy land. And I wasn't sure about it at first, and then as it came closer and closer, I can do this. And that's my job. And I thank the Lord from the bottom of my humble soul that he chose me instead of somebody else. I don't know, man. It's true, but it's true.
What's something that really stands out in there is it sounds like when you got that clarity, or you connected with what we might call a sense of purpose, that it really cleared out the obstacles to that purpose. So the self-loathing, the
pity party,
Debbie Downing.
Yeah, none of that. No.
And I think you said too, what's really important is you still have your moments, which we all do.
Yeah.
But those moments are just moments.
Still human.
Yeah, and that's part of it. I think we're all entitled to moments, and that's going to be, they're always going to be there. But what has impressed me so much is those moments haven't become the norm. Instead, the norm's become the purpose and the mission. The
purpose has become the norm, and through it has become gladness, happiness, thankfulness. Got an opportunity to get closer to my family on a day-to-day basis.
Wow.
So I thank everybody for listening. Long-winded story. Hopefully Jesse will be able to edit it down where it's not so syrupy, but I appreciate you listening to it. So.
And for any of you out there going through some sort of challenging time, I encourage you to heed Johnny's words of wisdom and find a purpose in there. Because if you're here right now, there's a purpose for you. And some of us, we don't connect to it because we're so focused on the obstacles, the challenges, the Debbie Downing, the self-pity and self-loathing. But if you're willing to look past that, you can likely hear or feel a deeper purpose calling to you and connect to that. And I think that's where clarity in life really comes from. So that was beautiful, Johnny. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks for having me.
You bet, buddy.